Tarlabaşi's violent history has taken it from riches to rags and back again, clearing the way for one of Istanbul's most colourful neighbourhoods. Despite some very dark times, Tarlabaşi's spirit has prevailed thanks to a striking sense of community, a rarity in such a dense urban space, making the neighbourhood today a sanctuary for refugees, artists and free spirits. By the 16th century, the Christian enclave of Galata, today's Karaköy, was becoming so crowded that new arrivals started moving further inland, founding the district of Pera, today's Taksim. In 1536, France became the first European country to establish an official diplomatic presence in Constantinople. They chose the up-and-coming Grand Rue de Pera, today's Istiklal Caddesi, as the location for their embassy, or what is today the French Cultural Centre, and settled their staff on the west side of the ridge in a largely rural area called Tarlabaşı, which means head of the field. Other European countries followed their example, and Pera soon became the Ottoman Empire's official diplomatic district, while neighbouring Tarlabaşı blossomed into a bustling, cosmopolitan area, complete with Art Nouveau buildings, street-side cafes, and places of worship for the Jews, Armenians, Protestants, Catholics, Greeks, and Syriacs who lived there. They were joined by waves of refugees and dissidents from across the world, from Jews fleeing the Spanish Inquisition to White Russians fleeing the Bolshevik Revolution. But the party was already turning sour. Following the Turkish War of Independence and the resulting population exchanges of 1923, most of Turkey's Greek population was deported. The capital and its embassies moved to Ankara, depriving many Tarlabaşı residents of their livelihoods. The wealth tax of 1942 stripped non-Muslims of their savings and businesses. In 1955, pogroms saw Muslims turn on what remained of Tarlabaşı's Greek population. Insult was added to injury in 1986, when Tarlabaşı Boulevard was bulldozed through the center of Pera, very visibly separating the haves from the have-nots and leaving Tarlabaşı a no-go area for decades. Thereafter, the neighbourhood gained notoriety across the country and beyond as the setting of much unpleasantness and decades of Istanbul-set Turkish TV shows. Tarlabaşı was down, but not out. The abandoned houses were swiftly occupied by Kurdish migrants from eastern Turkey, along with much of the Middle East's transgender population, refugees from Iraq, Afghanistan and Syria, economic migrants from Africa and Central Asia, and a small army of backpackers and English teachers. Before long, the area's central location and historical buildings earmarked it for gentrification, embodied by the Urban Renewal Law of 2005, through which the entire west side of Tarlabaşı Boulevard was gradually emptied of people, sometimes violently, and reinvented as the fancy Taksim 360 development, which wouldn't look out of place in London and has the prices to match. The more things change, the more they stay the same, and Tarlabaşı today defiantly remains the confusing but thrilling combination of new and old, secular and conservative, as diverse as it ever was, but safer than it used to be, now even boasting accommodation options that mean Tarlabaşı's abundant curiosities are finally getting the attention they deserve. It's difficult to reach Tarlabaşı without traversing the 6-lane Tarlabaşı Boulevard, forced through in 1986, claiming many historical buildings in the process. At the north end is Talimhane, the first part of this end of town to be gentrified back in the 2000s, and quickly claimed as Beyoğlu's main hotel district. At the south end is Aynalı Çeşme, a single-street neighborhood that only exists as a separate area in the minds of local residents, so that they can claim they do not live in Tarlabaşı. Occupying most of the west side of the boulevard between these two is the luxury Taksim 360 development, built upon the renovated ruins of what stood before. The meandering back streets behind 360 shelter Tarlabaşı's more ancient past. These include the Church of the Virgin Mary, Istanbul's oldest Syriac church, built in 1844, the ornate Greek Orthodox Church of St. Constantine, built in 1861, the world's first Armenian Protestant church, and the remains of a German Protestant church beside what used to be the Prussian embassy. Tarlabaşı also has two historically significant mosques. Eyüp'üm Ahmet Cami was built by Eyüp'üm Ahmet Efendi, a renowned 16th century judge, alongside the tomb of Sefer Baba across the road, a celebrity chariot racer in his day. In Aynalı Çeşme, the Sururi Cami was the life's work and resting place of Musluhitin Mustafa Sururi Efendi, tutor of Prince Mustafa, son of Suleiman the Magnificent. His tomb is on the left as you enter. Tarlabaşı's best-known museum is dedicated to poet Adam Mickiewicz, who is so well regarded that today he is claimed as the national poet by Poland, Lithuania and Belarus. He moved to Tarlabaşı to organize the local Polish population to fight the Russian invasion of Ottoman Crimea, but died of cholera here in 1855. The basement features a tomb in which he was buried before his remains were moved first to France and then to Krakow, Poland in 1890, where his statue has pride of place on the main square. Part cultural experience and part shopping extravaganza, the Tarlabaşı market winds its way down from Ömer Hayyam every Sunday, selling everything from clothes to fish to hardware. Tarlabaşı has great accommodation options, complete with a central location and excellent transport links. Local favorites with good reviews include the Barcelo Istanbul, the Radisson Blue Pera and Plaza Hotel. To book, please see the links in our video description. A long-standing local favorite and excellent pit stop in the middle of the Sunday market is Cinaralti, a no-nonsense Kurdish establishment specializing in meaty Eastern staples like lahmacun and kebabs. For something completely different, Himalaya is probably the best Nepalese restaurant in Istanbul, with a range of authentic curries and other dishes. Taksim and the rest of Beyoğlu need no introduction, as you will probably be coming from there. To experience a very different side of Istanbul, head down the hill to Kasımpaşa, the historical Ottoman dockyards with a proud working-class heritage. Make sure to watch our videos on both options before heading out. It will take you around 3 hours to see all the sites mentioned in this video on foot. To reach Tarlabaşı, get off the M1 metro line at either Taksim or Şişhane, or get any bus that passes through Tarlabaşı Boulevard, one of the city's busiest traffic choke points. The northwest corner of Talimhane is the main hub for service buses heading to both Istanbul's airports. This concludes our video. Thanks for sticking with us. If you visited any of the sites mentioned here, please leave a comment and let us know what you think of our video. See the links in the video description for discounted hotels and tour bookings. If you're looking for the best free walking tours in Istanbul, check out the link in the description to explore local options with GuruWalk. Our friends at Culinary Backstreets also offer a 10% discount to our viewers who want a comprehensive tour of Istanbul's foodie scene. Use the discount code in the description. Our sister company, Settle Turkey, provides relocation services for anyone looking to move to Istanbul. If you would like to support us and help us make videos like this one, please click on the Patreon link in the description. We have also created a set of ESL exercises and activities in case you want to use this video to teach or learn English. Hit the subscribe button and ring that bell to stay updated with our latest content. And while you're here, check out another one of our videos. Thanks for watching and see you next time.